God, I love this community. Yeah. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to DBS. Thank you for joining me one more time. I appreciate all the new subs and all your views and support. Let's get right into this. This is a soul level 10 character that I started a few days ago, just for the hell of it. It was a base knight class. I just added one vigor so we can have the flat 10 soul level. I got the long sword, the rapier, and the halberd, all at +1 raw. Got the crimson parma. Originally I had only the knight shield, but I switched to this when I realized I wasn't getting any good parries. But I do have some of the higher level rings, which I had a friend drop to me, only so I can get some even battlefield balance, you know what I mean? So immediately you get in with the dark hand, like he's walking all cocky, giving me the slow walk. But then when he realizes that actually I'm doing some decent damage and I'm actually like giving a fight and I'm not really the kind of people they're worried about, they get the point down. So this is the sign of how things are gonna come. The whole point of this video is me fighting Twinks. And or like competent in quotation marks, competent invaders. The whole point of this is not to make fun of anybody. It's not to belittle anybody. It's not me trying to show off any skills. It's just like countering back all the Twinks, like getting revenge on the guys that because I do have a Twink character myself, a highly twinked out character. You've probably seen it on my channel before. So here is just me flipping the tables a bit, trying to play against these guys at base Estus Flask, seeing how well I can do. And surprisingly, I'm not saying, again, I keep telling this to everybody, it's not like I'm the best player or anything. It's just when you're trying to outspace these people, you can win. This game in particular, compared to other games in the series, all about spacing, and we knew that. And everyone knows that I play like kind of reactive sometimes. I am aggressive depending. This guy here, he came in all swinging with his Erythil sword, and then he starts healing right away. Obviously, it's one of those guys. I'm not gonna give him any chance. He really wants that win. He's really spamming and he's chugging all over the place. So when he kept trying to parry me, of course we go for the parry backstab. And here we see him run away. So he was obviously not expecting someone to actually fight back, and give him the little Sekiro L1 waggle. And after I heal over here, I thought that he'd be coming back, so I just waited for a second. But what he didn't realize is that while I was upgrading my weapons and doing the tower jump for the Estus Flask in Firelink Shrine, I picked up a giant seed. So I popped that, and lo and behold, if you can see right on the screen, you can see that he gets hit right about now, and it gets hit again, and with that he's dead. So that was interesting. And this is the same guy, but this, what happened is that he came back with this dark hand, and he really wants that win. He really wants to get revenge. He's given it all he's got with his dark hand, and then of course he gives the chug, thinking that he's all cocky. Then when you lose and you start just losing focus, and all you do is give Hail Mary parries, Hail Mary R1s, you know that you've lost the battle already. Cue Kenshiro Omaya wo Shinderu, basically. So he brings out the Erythil straight sword again, because it's much spammable and it's easier to get more range compared to the dark hand, even though it's a lot less deadly. So I take out my halberd, for that sweet range counter damage too. Surprisingly, for a level 1 raw weapon, it does really well. And with the point down, yep, not bad. Now this guy, if you notice, I switched to my Crimson Parma for the parries. This guy came in with some pyros and he tried to get me with combustion. Surprisingly, it did do some decent damage to me. So I switched to the rapier. Again, all that spacing in and out. He ran out of FP. That's where you get up right on so that they don't have a chance. Unfortunately, the rapier and all the thrusting sword class weapons have really bad tracking compared to like other weapons. So I guess that's one of the payoffs for being kind of fast and having some critical hit damage. Then he just ran away. He was rolling, trying to get the heal, and I got him right at the end. And you, sir, get the point down. This guy comes in with a buffed follower saber, and then I get him in with those 2 R1s, and he's probably surprised. He's surprised. He's like, whoa. And I hit him with the parry with 1 rapier switch, and he's down. Surprisingly, some of these Twinks are not gouging HP, which is something you should do. But what this guy, I posted this video, I believe yesterday, as a teaser. This guy was actually a summoned red phantom. I believe he has around 1,500 HP, if I'm not mistaken. I could be counting wrong, but I'll give it to him is that he did fight honorably. Like he didn't heal or anything, and he's semi-competent. But I realized that if he's got that Millwood battle axe, he's gonna do a lot of damage. And he's been tanking all my hits, and he's like got so much HP. Obviously, the way to win this one was to be very careful. And thankfully, if you've already seen this video yesterday, I was able to outspace him and make sure I get all my hits in, be not as predictive so I don't get parried. Go for the parry backstab again with the rapier. But as you can see, I'm not doing a lot of damage to this guy. He's got a lot of HP. I predict to parry that guy again with another rapier, which gives 30% critical extra. And as you can see, he's still up. One mistake here is that I didn't block the Millwood R1 weapon art. It's blockable and you lose no stamina. Again, I give him with another backstab, so that's 2 backstabs and a parry. I shouldn't have charged this one. I should have just given him a standard R2. I could have been able to catch him on wake up. Missed the running R1, but he's down. He knows he's down. I tried to intimidate him with a weapon art stance, but then end it. Cheers. That was a good game. I gave him a wave because even though it was twinked out, I still had a good game. Now, if you like drawn out matches with Twinks, this is the perfect scenario. So this person called Lady Mary, which is spelled wrong, again comes in with the dark hand. But again, it seems they have not fixed their HP to be tanky. Either that or their armor is very low rating. So I was able to do some decent damage to this person, but they've been healing. So I heal back. And I realize it's going to be one of those attrition battles, especially if he's got a couple of Estases charged up. And he's probably got it like upgraded to like at least +3 or 4, probably more than that, but I wasn't counting. So obviously I'm doing some really good damage with this halberd, surprisingly. Does 184 AR at +1 raw, which is nice. Give him the waggle. The waggle gives people generally, when they're starting to lose or they're feeling the pressure, it makes them lose their sense of confidence, makes them think differently. Now they just want to win. They just want me to not waggle anymore. So I just keep whacking him with this halberd. Again, he's like healing straight in my face, trying to get the parries now. hoping that he'll make some damage. If you notice, I haven't gotten hit once since I healed. I'm putting the pressure on him. Again, for some reason that didn't count. I don't know if it was latency or something. But now the guy's feeling it. Now he's doing all these like trying to bait me into parrying. Of course, we know we only swing twice. Sometimes we switch things up a bit. And we notice that he's trying to heal and he still gets that healing again, man. I've only healed once compared to him. So obviously now he's really feeling it. I wish I got the parry on him in this fight, but I didn't. Again, more R1 swings, missed the parry. And then he runs out of heals. And we get some latency over here, which got me scared a bit because I knew if that's going to happen. But then I get him with a backstab parry. Parry backstab. And then, of course, they get the point down. Trying to twink me. You don't know, son. So it's the same person. Give him a little wave. Courtesy wave. And the L1 waggle. And he gets the wave back. So he probably has no hard feelings. He thinks there's going to be a good fight over here. Which I am going to give it to him. But again, it's one of those long drawn out fights. What you got to do. I know this is like really late into the game cycle. Like it's been out like 3 years now. Still giving tips on how to play Dark Souls, but this is like low level. Sometimes it's interesting to see it from non-meta standards. But as you can see, all the Twinks have the dark hand. And look at all that damage. Just 2 hits and almost get me at half HP. But if you stick at it, he's gone. He gets another point down. I'm sorry. Okay, this guy comes in at soul level 10. Not only with a dark hand, but with the Lothric Ultra Greatsword. Alright. I don't even know if he can even carry that at soul level 10. I'm sure he's probably higher than that, and he's got some rings on for sure. And he's got Lightning Pine bundles, so I'm trying to avoid the poise, avoid any pokes. I know he's gonna try to roll R1 me, so I try to be very careful and counter always. Let them do all the attacking and then hit him back. You have to understand is that at this low level, with that, and if he's twinked out, and I don't know how much damage it does, because I didn't get hit by it once, but I didn't want to take the risk, so I played it really safely. But as you can see, I got him and I give him that woohoo emote so that he knows that I beat the odds. And again, soul level 10, this comes in with a Lothric War Banner. Again, I don't know how much damage, how much are the required stats off the top of my head, but I give him 2 R1s and he gets R1 spammy to the, like, as much as he can. So I give him backstab, give him with the waggle, some latency, but then I get to see that he's just spamming all the way, so I just give him the parry right now. Switch to the rapier for the extra damage. He's feeling the pain. He's feeling it. He's feeling it. So switches out to his dark hand, which is the last resort weapon, of course. And 2 R1s for the death and the point down, sir. You deserve that. And here's our good buddy, Lady Mary again, but this time instead of the dark hand, he switches to the Ring Knight Straight Sword. At low level, which is at +1, which means it does not do that much damage. I think it only does like around 12 fire damage. I'm surprised he did not use the weapon art. If he did use the weapon art, he probably would have caught me in a lot of like the poise. And at low level, that fire weapon art does a lot of damage, especially for me who has less than 1000 HP. But I've been again spacing him. He's trying to roll around, gonna get me confused, but don't let him get to me. As you can see, it doesn't do that much damage. And he really wants this win. I'm not sure if he starts healing soon. I think he does. Yep. So again with the waggle, with the parry. I think that let's be honest here, I didn't predict that was gonna happen, but I felt it could happen. So when it did, it felt really good. Again with the waggling, you're gonna go for the heal. right in my face. I thought I was going to be able to backstab him, but I wasn't able to. So for some reason I just let him do that. I thought I was going to parry, but it seemed like controller got stuck. And then he goes for the heals. These Twinkers, man, they think they're all that, but then you're under the pressure. Me and him are trying to parry each other. Again, we're trying to reactively predict, but again, sometimes we're trying not to be. He's feeling it. He's feeling it. But you see that Dark Hand does so much damage. So it's the perfect Twink weapon, especially at that much, at level 10 and above, around that level. Again, with the heals, this is a long drawn fight. Any mistake can cost you. He's really trying, and he did get the parry, but because he didn't think it was going to happen, he rolled away, so I got safe. And of course, I get him with another parry backstab with the rapier, and with that, he's starting to see that there's not much hope left. So I switched to my halberd because obviously couldn't get the parrying timing down, and I just give him that range and that really good damage. Again, probably because he doesn't have that much HP, and that his armor doesn't have that much defense. And of course, you get the point down, sir. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.